Welcome back for another episode of the Anime Podcast Show. This is episode 10. Let's begin with the first segment of the show is what anime shows got into during the COVID pandemic. It's a particular anime series that I never thought I'm going to get into, but it's one of the craziest, great storylines, but it's another isekai series, but the series I am talking about is Re:Zero. Re:Zero, or Re:Zero Starting Life in Another World, is a Japanese light novel. The story centers around Subaru Natsuki, who suddenly finds himself transported into another world on his way home from the convenience store. The series was serialized in 2012 with 7 arcs plus 2 side stories, made a light novels in 2014, made a manga adaptation in the same year, did an anime series for 2 seasons, and made a few OVA specials, and made a couple of video games. The anime adaptation was announced back in 2015, and the studio by White Fox is taking over the animation, and the series aired in April to September of 2016, with the first episode's hour-long special, and the first season was so highly successful. 3 years later, they announced for a second season for Re:Zero, and fans were highly wants a second season, and also they wants to know what happened to Subaru and the other characters for the show. Until 2020 for the second season, it was announced as a split core format season, with the first half premiering in July to September of 2020, and the second half premieres in January to March of 2021. But the second season is not a standard length season. In a usual anime series, it's only 24 minutes per episode. But for the second season of Re:Zero, it went from 24 minutes to 30 minutes long. That is how long was the runtime for the show. Before the second season aired, they released a director's cut version of the first season with an hour-long episodes and started airing in January of 2020. Each episode roughly combines 2 episodes with some updates to their animation and added content that was not used in the original run. Also, I like to point out is, as well as with it, they added the Re:Zero Memory Snow OVA was added to the director's cut. The series licensed by Crunchyroll to stream the series. Funimation announced that they will release it on home video with the English dub. Crunchyroll also holds the license in the UK, where the series is distributed by Anime Limited, and Mad Men holds the license in Australia. What was my interest with Re:Zero? Well, there's 2 reasons. One was season 2 was coming out, and it was originally supposed to be out in April of 2020, but it didn't happen because of COVID. So what happened was they had to delay the season and moved it to July of 2020. And then right before the months go by, I was like, you know what, I'm very curious about the series, and let's take a crack at the first season. And then the second reason is that, like I mentioned earlier, that Isekai Quartet, that the Re:Zero cast was a part of the crossover series, so I was very interested to get into know more about their characters. Also, at the time, getting to know the English cast as well. So that is Re:Zero. Now let's move on to the next segment is Topic of the Week. For this episode's Topic of the Week is that from the last episode that I talked about was about simulcasting. But now for this episode, I am talking about is simuldubs. But how did simuldubs started anyway? Well, it started in January 2014, and first English dub comes out a day before the Japanese broadcast, and the series I am talking about is Space Dandy. And it was a world premiere, and it aired on Adult Swim's Toonami. It's one of the rarest occasions that a series in the US before Japan gets to release it. Now, it was later introduced as a simuldub program, and then 10 months later, that's when it all started. But it kicked things off with the Psycho-Pass Season 2 anime series. After that, the episodes started streaming, and that's where it all started. So it goes around 3 weeks or a month following their Japanese broadcast, until in March of 2020, announcing that all simuldubs has to be delayed due to COVID. And then about a month later, they announced that Funimation had been recorded an episode of My Hero Academia. And that's when simuldubs in homes are going to be a policy right now. So now all the VOs has to do their recordings in their homes, record all episodes, movies, OVAs, TV specials, and many more I can think of. Also, I would like to mention is that Crunchyroll is currently doing the same thing as well. That I can think of shows such as Rent a Girlfriend, the second season of ReZero, The God of High School, Monster Girl Doctor, Jujutsu Kaisen, The Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter, Spider So What, Burn the Witch movie, 86, and many more I can think of an anime series that Crunchyroll is currently producing during the COVID pandemic. That's the only thing I can know of about simuldubs, and that's the end of the topic of the week segment. Also, not only that, this is the wrap up for this episode. I know it's another pretty short episode, but the next episode is going to get crazier because not only shows I'm going to be talking about with the different segments of the show and topic of the week, but got a new segment for 2 episodes is that I got 2 special guests going to be joining for the show and going to be doing some interviews, and I can reveal them to you guys is that they are voice actors from anime from the English dub cast. So, I cannot say who they are and what shows they're from, but when I introduce to that segment, you'll see. And thanks for listening and watching of the show, and catch you all later, and stay safe, and peace!